Good day, lords and ladies. Welcome to the Keg and Crow, where we love all things Warhammer. So today we've got the biggest news drop that I think GW has given for the old world so far, and I am so hyped for this. People have been posting a lot of negative things online. If you had any doubts about when this game is coming out, this should let you know it's coming out soon, probably this year. Some people think it's still a couple of years away. I don't know how they can be thinking that after this news drop. So before I ramble too much, I'm just gonna get into this. It says that it's just before the Great War Against Chaos, within the decades leading up to the Great Siege of Prague. Much of the attention in the first wave of books and supplements take place in and around the Border Princes, the barrier of lands between the Empire and Orc territory. Accordingly, we will be focusing on 9 core factions. So funny thing, this morning, this looked a little bit different. It said good and evil. These were the good factions, and these were the evil factions. Good being Empire of Man, Dwarven Mountain Holds, Kingdoms of Bretonnia, Wood Elf Realms, and High Elf Realms. Evil factions being Orc and Goblin Tribes, Warriors of Chaos, Beastmen, Bray Herds, and Tomb Kings of Khemri. These are the reason why they took out the good and evil is because the amount of people complaining about Tomb Kings of Khemri being evil because they're not evil. They're a neutral faction, but some people apparently got really mad about it, and GW changed this after a couple of hours. Also, these are the core factions. These are the ones that they're focusing on. If you have an army that belongs not to this list, that's okay. You're still going to get rules. The old world before the Great War of Chaos, it just kind of talks about what's going on in the world, where each of the factions were, what they were doing. Lets you know that if you have any of these 9 factions, you can expect not only rules updates, but new miniatures. And me being a Wood Elf player, I am really excited for that. Wood Elves have always seemed to get the short end of the stick, pun intended. And I'm just so happy that they somehow managed to make it onto this top 9 list. So the other factions, Dark Elves, Skaven, Vampire Counts, Demons of Chaos, Ogre Kingdoms, Lizardmen, and Chaos Dwarves, these guys will all have rules on launch. They will all have a free PDF that you can use if you want to use these armies. A lot of people seem to think that that means these guys are getting completely shunted, won't be getting anything ever, and oh, if you have these, here's a PDF and you can use them, and then they're never going to get any more attention. It doesn't say that anywhere in here. If the game does well, these guys are going to get army books as well. These guys are getting the main focus right away. These guys will be getting focused on later afterwards. Kislev and Cathay are also not on this list, but they did say that both of those factions will be playable. That has been confirmed. They also said it won't be at launch, which once again is confirmed here. And we can look forward to seeing them probably after these guys comes out. Cathay and or Kislev will come out, and then I expect they'll start doing the army books for these guys. Quite a few people online are really excited about this picture because Bora Boys have been out of production for a while. I've got 10 on my shelf for my green skin army, so I'm set. I've never really taken more than that, but I know that a lot of people really wanted these guys back because they look so much better than any of the Age of Sigmar stuff. These guys were fantastic, and I'm surprised that they didn't keep them around. Lothar and Skycutter Chariots, those things have been out of production for ages. It's good to see them coming back because I do love those miniatures. I know a lot of people don't, and they find they're a little bit too ridiculous, but I think they're really cool looking. I've always really liked. And now it just talks about what all the other armies have been doing. Skaven were fighting a civil war after they failed to take over the Empire. They started doing a civil war, and the infighting got really bad. The Horned Rat himself was summoned to Skaven Blight, and at this point they had been gone for a couple of generations, and they started to go into myth and folklore, and this is where the whole they don't exist thing comes from, because as far as the Empire is concerned, Skaven are not real. They've never been real. People are just silly. It's the boogeyman, right? Von Carsigns, this is a little bit after the first Vampiric War. All the vampires are just kind of hiding because they lost almost everything. A lot of them died, and now they're just kind of hiding in the shadows, biding their time. Dark Elves, Lizardmen, Chaos Dwarves, and Ogre Kingdoms are based in other lands. They are not in the old world. Demons of Chaos, I was surprised that the Demons of Chaos didn't make it into the factions that are going to be focused on. Their reasoning is because it's just not a lot of winds of magic and power in the world for them to manifest properly or to stay manifested for long periods of time. But that time will come for them. Not right away, not in the beginning of it. They've also said up here at the top, like they're going to be getting supplements and expansions. It sounds like things are going to be pushing the narrative forward, which I was really hoping for. Some of the narrative campaigns that they came out for in 8th edition, such as the Throne of Tarmacan, really good, but my personal favorite, Blood of Sigmar. Outstanding campaign. I really hope to see more of that. I also just like to see thematic, something I really want to see, Wood Elf Realms against Beastmen Bray Herds. I've been playing Wood Elves since 5th edition. I absolutely love them. The main guys I got beef with are the Beastmen Bray Herds, and I just want to see a campaign with those two in it because I don't think either of them have ever really gotten a whole lot of love, especially when it comes to supplements or campaigns. So a lot of people are really butthurt that their faction didn't make it into the top list. I'm sorry that that happened to you, but there's a couple of things you can do. Keep on playing whatever edition you're playing right now, or you can play the old world. Do that. One of the two. If you want to start a new army, I'd probably recommend one of these ones since they're going to be getting the most love. But if you want to play one of the other ones, that's totally cool because all of the armies have something great that they can do. One of the biggest surprises I had with these core factions was the High Elf realms. Like, I do know that on the map there's this High Elf up here, High Elf symbol down here, but I didn't really think that meant that High Elves are going to be one of the 9 because they're not really based in the old world. Actually, if you read this article, it does say that they have a lot of outposts in the old world. So I guess at this point in time, they still did have kind of a token force there. I was still a little bit surprised by that. I was also surprised that Skaven and Demons of Chaos weren't in this top list. I'm so excited for this, guys. I know a lot of people are out there. I know a lot of people are mad. I'm surprised about the amount of people are mad. A lot of them just seem to be like, I got the longest beard. I've got the grumbliest voice. Either play the game or don't. Either way, shut up. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for today. And I'm off to work now because YouTube doesn't pay my bills.